Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Max, and today's video is on the topic of boons. And partially, it's like a general idea of what do you guys think of boons? What are possible new boon ideas you have? But also another conversation I had in reference to this game, which I got dumpstered, by the way. Like, it's a short game. It lasts like 7 minutes. No real spoilers or anything, because it's just me trying to run around. I got a house built on me. Gens went by pretty quick. It was like a 7-minute game, and no one really had perks to progress gens super fast, besides, I think the Dwight was an adept Dwight, so you'll see that. But right here at the beginning of the game, I'm listening for a boon totem, and I couldn't find it, but I found out, I just realized it's on the other side of the wall. So I broke this wall to go clear this boon. I completely dropped the first person that I saw as a chase, and I think in hindsight, that's a mistake, because no one's injured. Worst case scenario, and I think the best perk is Circle of Healing as a boon, which is, in my opinion, the strongest boon. It doesn't have value until someone's injured, but I just don't like leaving it up, so because I heard it, I wanted to get rid of it. And the conversation kind of stemmed to the fact that I think it was an incorrect play to clear a boon when... I guess in this case, it's partially when no one's injured, but also dropping a chase to clear a boon. And I wanted to know from your guys' side, for those who play killer, I guess would be the more appropriate people to ask, when do you clear boons? Because you can hear the big, like, boom, lightning thing go off to show a boon was placed. And in my mind, it's like, okay, I take note that somewhere on the map, there is a Circle of Healing. That's how I see it. Somewhere on the map, someone is going to be self-healing in the back when I drop chase with them. So I can no longer ignore chases. I should no longer be leaving people injured. And that logic, I mean, I guess it's not inherently flawed, I would say. It's not like a bad thing that, in my mind, I want to get rid of Circle of Healing because it's very powerful. But at the same time, for the sake of time efficiency, like, I dropped a chase, an entire potential chase, because I wanted to get rid of a totem that wasn't doing anything at the time. That decision in that isolated case was a mistake, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree. But at the same time, like, when is the appropriate time to deliberately try to figure out how to clear a boon without it just being like, oh, in passing, I walked really close to it, I'm not missing out on much anyways? Because in the current meta, I mean, at least because I'm kind of running more of the gen kicking build, that it's like very common to drop chase to kick a gen and then pick up the chase again, because the Call of Brine and the Eruption, like, there's such a powerful 1-2 of gen pressure when you can get them going at the same time. So I guess in my mind, more of the question about the gameplay component of boons from killers is, how do you guys deal with boons? Like, when do you actually go to deal with them? And this is more, I guess I would say, for my sake, like, educationally, I need to learn when to clear them. Because I don't know when to do that. I don't have the macro decision making to know it yet, and maybe I just missed the memo of, like, there's actually a pretty deliberately clear way to deal with them. So that was, like, the big question. The other half of it, too, is what boons do you guys think are, like, possibilities that could be good in the game? Because as it stands right now, Circle of Healing is the most prominent, powerful one. It allows you to self-care. Like, that's pretty strong. You know, no one's gonna deny that. All right, I'm an idiot. We're back in post-production here again. Self-care is a bad perk. Everyone's gonna agree with that. I'm dying on the hill if people think self-care is good. I kind of meant more objectively that Circle of Healing's availability to give your entire team the opportunity to self-heal at a reasonable speed is really good. I think that was kind of my logic to say no one's going to disagree with that. Disagree with saying self-care is good all you want. Take that out of context, I'm going to sound like an idiot. But no, self-care is not good. The ability to self-heal at a decent speed and unlock that potential for your entire team is strong. Back to the video. You have a boon that's 100% pickup speed for, like, an unbreakable style effect. That seems pretty niche. I did get hit by it once, but I also didn't clear the boon. I've gotten hit by, or the other ones I should say, Shadow Step, where you don't get scratch marks, hasn't affected me. I don't see people running Shadow Step, or if they do, a lot of the time I can hear to track them reasonably enough to not worry about it. And I forget the name of the other one, but it's like a small movement speed increase from one of the recent characters. That one also, I don't think I've seen ever, actually. But it's cool that like all the boons can kind of go together at the same time, you know? And I like that idea, but I just feel like it's a waste to run anything that isn't Circle of Healing. And maybe a waste is a strong word, but I would say that it feels like Circle of Healing is objectively the best boon. And there's situations for all the other boons to get value. I'm not going to deny that, but I think Circle of Healing absolutely is a big culprit of very strong. And the other ones just don't give enough in that small radius that like it's just worth the flexibility of the other perks better. If you want to pick yourself up, you run Unbreakable. You don't need to set up a boon to try and die in a specific area just so the killer can hear the totem and snuff it out. And now you just, you know, lost the ability to pick yourself up. So I guess that was kind of the thing. I wanted to hear from you guys, like, what kind of perks did you see or think would be cool as a boon? In my opinion, one of the cool ones that I thought could be merit, and actually it's pretty weird because I know this probably wouldn't work well as a actual perk because it's completely contingent on another one, but they've already kind of done it with like Hex Undying, where Undying on its own doesn't do anything, but combined with another Hex perk, it gives you backup. So what if there was hypothetically a support, man, I sound like, what's his face? Ben Shapiro, is he the one that says hypothetically all the time? Ignore that. I'm probably speaking out of my ass, wrong person. There could be a cool perk where it's like an assistance to boons, where as a perk slot, your boons don't make like the big lightning strike when they are created, and also maybe an additional effect like you don't hear them from 24 meters, maybe now it's like 16 meters or something, so the boons are harder to find, but the radius that they apply, hell, maybe even turn that up with the perk. So it's like you're running 2 perk slots to make boons stronger, and maybe in a 32 meter radius, obviously Circle of Healing's a big culprit, that could be scary with a bigger radius, but it gives more incentive for like exponential Shadow Step and the fourth one that escapes my mind. And I was just thinking, like, that's a pretty cool idea. I know someone was like, there should be a boon that if you put nearby can accelerate gen speeds. Obviously accelerating gens is pretty scary, but it's an idea for a boon, right? So I guess those are the 2 questions that I kind of leave for you guys, is like, do you have a idea for what boon you would want to see in the game? And if it wasn't something you'd want to see in the game, what do you think of like how to change them so they're more viable other than exactly Circle of Healing, if that makes sense? That's actually really about it for the entire video. You could see this game went by pretty quick. Like, I was surprised that they got out that fast. I played the end game kind of scummy to try and camp the hook. I didn't even hear the Kate come behind me to grab the unhook, so she just got away with it completely free. But if you look at their perks, like, nothing was out of the ordinary that really says I got rolled by something strong. That was just a fast game. And like another thing I was going to say too, if you decided to watch through the game, do you think gen speeds are a problem right now? Do you think, you know, like the gen kicking slowdown meta is necessary if this is the efficiency that survivors can play with the new information on HUDs? I might make a whole separate video on the whole like HUD information thing, but just wanted to see what you guys think. Beyond that, that's about it. Take care, have a wonderful day, and take it easy. Peace.